All right, so I'm going to tell you guys the real reason why I think that men, specifically black men, don't like Russell Wilson, or why they call him corny or whatever these lame ass terms that they call this man. And I think it's because of the simple fact that Sierra had a baby with Future prior. And they're like, why is he taking care of another man's kid? Or that's lame, that's corny, taking care of another man's seed. I actually have a family member that has an issue with women with kids or wouldn't take one seriously. And when I ask him why, his simple reasoning is because it's not mine. Okay. It takes a different kind of man, a different kind of maturity to take care of another man's kid. I get that. And it's not for everyone, but calling a man corny because he decides to step up to the plate and take on that role as not really a stepdaddy, but a daddy, and calling him lame and corny for that, that's what's lame and corny. Calling him lame and corny for that. Like, that's not cool. Y'all just don't like to see a black woman loved properly after being with an ain't man. Or shoot, maybe y'all just don't like to see a black woman loved properly in general. I don't know. But from what I can see, this is a great man that not only loves Sierra, but adores her son as well, basically takes him in as his own like he does. And I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't see anything corny or lame about that. Like, I think that speaks a lot, says a lot, speaks a lot of volumes on the type of man that Russell is. And Sierra is winning and y'all mad.
You a lie and the truth ain't in you.
So here we go.
Selfish as the day is long. Today's modern woman's biggest issue is her selfishness. She's in her season of selfishness. She's in her season of self-care. And listen, this is why. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, I promise you, this is why Russell is a simp, because he's losing. We advocate for men. What is Sierra risking in this relationship? Nothing. She's getting a top caliber man to come in and take care of a kid that ain't his. That's a heck of a win. We agree. Sierra is winning. Where can Russell be hurt here? He's taking care of a child that don't belong to him, and he's a top tier man. He runs a strong risk of having this backfire in an epic way, especially because he's a top tier man. If Sierra got with just a regular guy, and then, oh, you ain't my daddy, and she left him, then okay, whatever. But this is Super Bowl MVP Russell Wilson. He could have done better for himself. So we like to think as men. See, us calling that brother simp ain't come from no place of hate. It's coming from a place of concern, if you could believe it or not. We don't want to see that brother come down the line and Sierra 1-2 step on to the next joker and leave poor Russell sitting there in his old raggedy, freaking Hawaiian shirts looking goofy again.
That's let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, HQ. Is Russell Wilson a prize? I'm sorry, is Sierra a prize to Russell Wilson? If so, how?
Yes.
Say yes.
He's a prize that he's. See, this is what people don't get about Russell.
Give it to us straight. Give it to us straight. How is she the prize? Give it to us straight.
This is what y'all don't get.
All right.
Russell, because of the human being that he is able to look at children as though they don't belong to a human being, but they're in and of themselves and their own person. When you can look at a child, regardless of whose child that is, and say, I can love that child, regardless of whether it's his child or his child or his child, being a stepfather is not a chore. Russell comes from a religious background. He is a religious man. So he understands
the parent is a chore,
but he understands how to. I'm explaining to you why it's not a burden to him.
Being a stepdaddy ain't a chore. Being a parent is a chore.
But I'm saying I'm explaining to you why it's not a burden to him. He doesn't look at the child as Russell's Future's child. He looks at the child as Sierra's child. He looks at the child as an individual.
That's disrespectful.
But you ain't. You told you were gonna let me explain. I'm explaining.
We give you some time.
I'm explaining how he
you explaining. You doing good. But now, just what you said. Now let's get on that. We agreeing with you. You flowing. You said that Russell don't see that child, little Future, as belonging to Future. That's just Sierra's child. Now that's where now we can't disregard this man that inseminated her seed. I mean her egg. We can't just like, oh, this just immaculate, conception. This don't belong.
But that's the way he think. That's the way step parents
and look
think.
At the and look at what he's dealing with because of it. He can't act like that.
Future, what is he dealing with? What do you mean?
Future is on record for making records about hinting that he's still sleeping with her.
Yeah, but listen to this.
Yeah, but what? That's not peace.
I'm Sierra. Me and Russell are in a hydro bubble. We don't care what shots Russell throw at us.
That's that.
Me and you are a unit. When me and you became a unit, when Sierra and Russell became a unit, whatever Future threw their way is immaterial. That's exactly how Russell responds. He does not respond because Future, what he says is immaterial. Sierra went to Future and said, "This is my new man. Whatever goes on with him is what goes. You are secondary because we have to raise this child. We have to raise this child. I will consult you, but we have the major thing going." Russell looked at that child and said, "I can love that child beyond his father. I can love that child because that child came from the woman I love. That kid came out of the woman I love. It has nothing to do with Future. Everybody keeps saying that's Future child, that's Future. Russell don't care whether it's Future's child. He loves the child for the child's sake, for the child itself.
Can we touch on this right quick?
Mom.
Right quick. I just want to address this. So you keep saying that Russell don't see this as Future's kid. Russell don't see this as Future's kid.
That's correct.
Whenever that every last man in this chat and that's going to observe this video knows that when little Future comes of age, he should not be looking to Russell as far as how to be a man and coming of age. He gonna look to his father, Mr. Future Hendricks, Mr. Lady, and here we go. So why do we call Russell a simp? Because that you ain't my daddy. My daddy way cooler than you is imminent. It's imminent.
That's not how it goes. I'm telling you, y'all, everybody keep wondering why it works. It works because of what I'm saying.
Well, let me ask you this real quick. Let me ask you this, Heathen Queen. Do you think it's safe for a man, Russell aside, any man, do you think it's safe for a man to get with a woman with the child and disregard the active father? The active father of the child is just, that's safe and okay to disregard this man.
Yes.
Why?
That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Man, that's why
you ain't a man. I'm glad you said that. Only a woman can answer a question like that because men know there's always an underlying threat, violence, respect is always in the room. You can't just dismiss a man that's active. We talking about.
He's dismissing. And Future is not active. What do you mean? He lives in Los Angeles. He lives in Georgia.
No, not active in the sense that they live down the street from each other and he can see his child every day. He's acting because he cutting the check and he would see his child more.
He cut what check?
If she wasn't such a succubus, he could probably see his child.
He cut what check?
He got court notices.
He don't pay no child support. Russell told him, don't worry about child support. He don't pay child support no more.
That's where people get stuff misconstrued. Future is actively in court with a lawsuit against Sierra about parental alienation, her not letting him see his kid. Y'all got to stop and do the research.
What?
Yes. Wait, why is that so hard? Wait 1 second. Now this is the thing. Why is that so hard to believe? Why is it so hard to believe that a modern woman, regardless of how well she could twerk and gyrate, would do this, would alienate the child from the father? We hear this and see about it much too much. The court system has made it where that's very possible. But why is that so hard to believe? That she keeping the kid away from Future? You were thrown aback. You shocked today.
They both went to court. because of the things he said and because of the things she said. They both went to court. He dropped his lawsuit. She dropped her lawsuit because he said that she was trying to alienate the child. She said that's not what I'm doing. The judge dropped both of their lawsuits because they didn't have a case.
Trying to paint him as a bad person. Oh, he on drugs. He got drugs.
but that child.
I scared my son around him. You stop the cap.
But she wasn't doing that to the child. The child wasn't nothing but 2 or 3 years old. The child wouldn't have known no different.
Still going on. You better do your research. Look, he still got a case on that woman.
They dropped the case.
Pull it up.
I'm telling you.
Just prove it. If you're gonna say drop the case, pull up the evidence.
See, now either he gonna be involved or he ain't gonna be involved.
If he don't want to be involved, she won't let the man. She make you trust me.
Listen, his name is.
But my question is, why won't she let him? Why won't she let him?
This man is paying. He's paying money for child support. He's supposed to have scheduled visits like any man that's going through the system, and she abuses her rights. And she knows. So boom. So all right, she like, if you supposed to come get the kids this weekend, and he like, I'm gonna be on tour for the next 3 months, and then she can use that against him. No, he ain't seen his son in 3 months because he been over in the UK touring, and then he gonna be like, well, when I get back, I still want my schedule. She like, you done broke the rules, and they in and out of court about this stuff.
Yeah, but this is not all her fault. You making it sound like it's all her fault. He is to blame too. He's the one who knocked her up and left her. He's the one who did that. If he wanted a relationship, if he wanted a nice relationship, he should have conducted himself as the man that he was when she was pregnant. But he didn't do that. He left her high and dry, pregnant. He left her high and dry. She didn't leave him. He dumped her, pregnant. So why should she give him any kind of consideration? And the minute she find a good man who says you can have whatever relationship, that Russell don't have no influence on how Sierra and Future do that. Otherwise, Russell would be in the lawsuit. Russell ain't even in the lawsuits. It's all Sierra and it's all Future. I'm saying Russell looked at that child and did not think of Future. He did not. That's the only way a successful relationship is going to work. If you put that man, just because he's the father, he might be a trashy father. How good of a father do you think Future is? And he got 10 damn kids. He can't be that good of a father. He got 10 damn baby mamas.
So wait 1 second. And this is what we ain't gonna do. We can't sit here and just we can't ever sit here and justify, this child alienation. We can't. You can't ever do that. And that's the problem. And I'm a little triggered because these women because these women today say, oh, you should fight harder. You should fight harder to see your kid. You should fight just to see your kid. Yes, it's not right that the brother, whatever. Let's take your word as truth that he dumped her while she was pregnant. Perhaps, all right. He is like a rich nug. Never the freaking less. Sierra ain't no saint. She was bouncing around. Future just managed to put a seed up
today.
No, but and I'm just saying because we're not about to sit here and make it seem like Sierra was some damn saint.
I didn't say she was a saint. I said she married a man who wanted her.
First, we're attacking Future's character, say he perhaps, but Future Sierra was not walking around no little thing. She was out here in these streets.
Sierra got one child and Future got 10. Who's the real?
It don't matter. It don't matter what I'm saying.
He won a lawsuit against. He's jealous of her and Russell. Future is jealous of her. Is he suing the other baby mamas? Is he suing the other baby mamas? I want to know. Is he suing the other baby mamas?
I'm not about to go this far off track. I'm not about to go this far.
Is he suing the other baby mamas? He ain't suing the other baby mamas.
I have no idea.
So why is he suing this one baby mama when he got 9 other baby mamas?
Russell is a simp. Well, I'm gonna come all the way back to the right.
And I'm telling you why women look at Russell and they don't think of Russell as a simp. Because
hold on, HQ. I'll say this: the reason why he ain't suing them is because they ain't on a pedestal like Sierra, and he can see his other children whenever he wants. So if he calls and say, "I want my kids this weekend," they ain't gonna sit there and say to him, "Well, you ain't seen your kid in 2 months," and hang the phone up on him. They ain't gonna oblige because the check. they're not giving him that lip. He don't have to do that with them other women.
He said he's suing them because he's jealous of what she went through.
No,
she got dumped by him a year later. She up and running with Russell. She found her a good man. They got a solid relationship.
You saying Future is jealous?
Yeah. Why would you need to be taking shots at me? Why would you need to be taking shots at me because I married your ex-girlfriend? Why you taking shots at me? I ain't never said nothing to you. I ain't never talked to you. I ain't never said a word against you. But you got shots in your record against me.
You started off this whole discussion by saying Russell Wilson don't even acknowledge this man as this kid's father.
Yeah.
And you wonder why he got a problem with him.
Why you got
hold on? We just told you between men, there's always, you got to have some respect for that man. You say he don't respect him. Then you'll say, why you got a problem with him?
I'm saying he don't have nothing to do with that man.
No,
what would he need to have anything to do with that
man?
You
always got to have something to do with that man. That's why we tell dudes don't be stepdads, because you always got to have something to do with that man.
Why? I don't have to address you at all.
Because his kid is in your house and he got to say so. You gotta, if he come, y'all gotta stop acting like the baby daddy always some little 4'4" dude. What if he come knocking on the door? You gotta deal with him. You got to. You gotta stop
on the door. He's not coming. Future ain't coming knocking on no door. He got 9 other kids. He ain't coming to look for no damn little Future.
Aside, like you said, we can use them as an example, but we speaking about all baby mamas, baby daddies in these situations.
I didn't have nothing to do with my baby daddy. I had 2 children before I got married. I ain't had nothing to do with him. I went to where he lived and I told him, this is what's happening over here. Don't bring your bum ass over there talking crazy to me or my husband. This is it. This is the last time you gonna see me.
2 things is true. So that don't disprove the rule, because you told your husband don't come over here and he didn't. What about the guy when the woman told him don't come over here and he came over there with the Uzi and Uzi'd up the block? You see what I'm saying? We could keep going on and on. It's not, this stuff goes on.
I'm telling you, the man, when the man ain't involved, when the man don't have nothing to do with the other man, when the man don't have to deal with the other man, the situation goes better if the female shuts that down right off the bat. I will deal with him. I will let him know what time it is. You ain't got to worry about him coming over to our house acting no fool, sitting on our couch. That ain't the way it goes. As long as a woman know how to shut that down, she don't have that problem. It's when women don't know how to shut these kind of things down. Sierra probably did the same thing I did. Look, Future, you got 9 other kids. You can see your child when you want to, but don't bring your ass over here to the house acting up in front of my husband, because it's not going to be like that. It's going to be something ugly. Same thing I did with my ex. Don't bring your ass over here acting no fool over here with me and my husband. It's going to be something if you do that. And you shut them down before they get started. And these relationships work. It's when Keisha don't know how to tell Pookie not to show up. It's when bum Keisha don't know how to tell Ray that he ain't welcome no more, that you have issues. Sierra probably did the same thing I did.
You can't bum Keisha. You can't tell Ray he ain't welcome when he's still clapping your cheeks every other night.
And that's my whole point. You don't let him copy the cheek. You don't let him mess with the cheeks. Is done. We done, bro. Yeah, I got a full husband. We done, bro. And my husband ain't trying to hear that. And Sierra did the same thing. And Russell mad. Now Russell mad because he's seeing what joy, what beauty he could have had with Sierra.
That's not true. That is true.
So now he had 3 kids.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
I'm telling y'all, black men do not want to hear this, but this is how it went. Sierra shut all of that down, and Future jealous. You mad. Because me and him over here working. We over here working, and we got 3 other kids. I got 3 other, and your son is high on the hog with me and my man. And you can't see him whenever you want to. You can see him whenever you want to, but you don't.
No. Say you said it right the first time. Yeah, keep it a buck. Yeah, we living. We keeping your son away from you.
Future rich. He can come see his kid whenever he want to. That's all he got to do is call Sierra. Hey, Sierra, I'm gonna be in town for this many weeks. Is it possible to see Future son, my Future Junior? You know that's all he got to say.
That is so inaccurate.
She probably ain't trying to keep him away from his child. And Russell, being the religious person that he is, probably wouldn't allow her to say, you can't see your kid. Russell is a religious
have
person.
we not known religious folks to be some of the biggest hypocrites?
But he ain't did that.
But he ain't that one. I know.
He hasn't portrayed himself as that. He's come across as sincere in all of his dealings.
Listen here, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this just to be fair. Like, yeah, y'all write in the chat. These, rich folks problems, yeah, yada yada yada. But I'm gonna say this: every last one of y'all will be surprised to hear what Sierra and Russell say behind closed doors. Trust, I assure you, they ain't nobody out here saints. I guarantee you, they have spewed words of malice and hatred. I guarantee it.
Of course.
Listen here. Listen, like I said, they up here. Russell got little. I don't even want to get into this because I don't want to get into this. But Russell got little Future Junior wearing his jersey, and then Future making records about, talking about still knocking down Sierra. A man can't have no peace in that situation. That's why we saying Russell's a simp because it's a bad deal. The chance for peace.
It's a wonderful deal. Once
Russell's done playing football, I want you all to observe what's going to transpire. Just watch.
And shout out to G Honda. Says Russ leaving Sierra.
Y'all crazy. You just saw that video. You just saw that video with Russell and Sierra dancing with him and the new baby. Are y'all nuts? He ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
That man ain't going nowhere with them 4 kids. What's wrong with y'all?
He ain't.
She ain't going nowhere with them 4 kids. She ain't going. She know that's the best.
Yeah,
she got going.
No, I agree. Yeah, she done got that brother 4 kids. He gonna lose a lot of money. She gonna leave him.
She got the pinnacle of. She got the pinnacle of.
You see that?
Let's stop. Going nowhere.
Listen, you say what you want. Listen, still stand by. Time is undefeated. Everybody stand by.
As Russell Wilson ain't been back to the Super Bowl since he got with Sierra, nor has he played football on the same level. How's Sierra the prize?
She putting it on him, and he can't. His knees are weak. Hey,
so that means. So wait, hold on. So that means he the prize. She the prize because she got a kuda kata.
She the prize because he got what he wanted. He got what he wanted.
Did she get what she wanted?
Yeah, she got what she wanted.
Okay,
absolutely.
Danny Nicole, you've been in China for 12 months.
She got what he wanted. She got what she wanted, and he got what he wanted. He wanted a family. He wanted a family. He wanted.
And you know all this. Remember earlier, Auntie Queen told me, "How do I know?" All of a sudden, she got all this info.
Because you can look at them. You can look at them. You can look at the videos that they make. That he is the happiest. That he.
I was saying the same thing. You asked me, "How do I know?" I know.
Have you seen their videos?
Yeah. Here we go. Shout out to
Danny
Nicole. She said, "Let me find out if the queen is a fly on everybody's wall." That part.
But have you seen his video? Have you seen their videos? He picked up the baby.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah, I see all their videos. I watched them all.
He the happiest he's ever been.
Wait, just right quick. I bet she happy. She happy as a lark. I wonder he the queen. So it was just yes or no answers. Now they together. You're saying Sierra's the prize. Now in the event they separate, who loses more? Overall, everything as far as finances, everything, reputation, nerve,
parental rights. He ain't gonna be able to see his kids like Future.
Who loses more? Who has more to lose in the event that they separate? And I'm saying this, you keep saying who's the prize. I would say the prize got more to lose
simply because if men think like y'all, she gonna have 4 babies trying to find her a man. So therefore, she's gonna be the worst off.
Yes, he gonna be
single and rich.
He gonna lose resources. He gonna lose a little bit of his sanity. He gonna play stepdaddy. A rich man playing stepdaddy and losing. There's things worse than death, and that's got to be one of them.
He gonna be single. He gonna be rich. He gonna be ready to mingle. He just a man with 4 kids ain't the same as a woman with 4 kids. He coming out on top.
Oh no, that's your problem. Projecting. You thinking every man that's single want to mingle. If he's a family man and a man that's not gonna be out of the house with his children, that's gonna trump over trying to mingle with some women.
So that behooves him to do what he needs to do and not be dipping out having sex because he feel like
He's
having
not.
sex.
When you moving the goal line, we talk about Russell Wilson.
Well, that's what we talking about, Russell Wilson.
Him.
It would behoove him not to mess up then.
He ain't.
Here we go. Here we go. He says, I've dated women with kids. There are two options. Don't date women with kids and get disrespected for not doing it, or date women with kids and still get disrespected while doing it.
Tom.
See, but that don't happen in every case, so we can't say that.
Do we think that the cases where it don't happen, those are the exceptions and a bit anecdotal?
The
majority of women,
I was in that kind of relationship.
I want to say, listen, with all due respect, he's the queen. There's a group of men that would, based on how you said you converse and talk to your deceased husband, there ain't too many guys that will want to be in that position. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Like, guys,
position, you make it sound like I talked to him crazy. I didn't talk to him crazy.
It may not have been crazy to y'all dynamic. That's what I said. With due respect, every relationship is different. But
what did I say that was crazy? I don't understand. What did I say
I ain't gonna get back on that. But what I'm saying is, don't know guy want to get disrespected being no stepdaddy. That is extreme. That's extreme. Like, and every
kids don't run around saying you ain't my daddy. Most kids don't do that.
Most women that take on a man to be a stepdad, she puts him in a column of a stepdaddy column. She said, "Oh, you are willing to take care of another man's seed." She acknowledges him for that, and she moves accordingly. And women will see men like, "Oh, you refuse to do so," and they put him in this column. She may not date that guy, but it's all about being placed in being right in the right lane.
And see, here's the thing: a lot of people don't have that they don't have that talk, they don't have that conversation,
and that's a problem.
You have to have that conversation if you're going to get involved with a woman, you have to have that conversation. She has to have that conversation, and y'all both have to agree. This is how it goes. You cannot deviate from, oh, okay, he don't want to do what I say, so he go over there with his daddy. That's not how that's going to go. You're going to follow the rules of this house. So whatever rules come up with this house. See, you have to have these talks in order for this to go the way you want it to go. A lot of people don't have no talk. They just get involved with
it shouldn't be no talking. Whenever that man come in, shout to the brother Real Leo. Whenever that brother come into that situation, that woman need to be like, these your kids now. Ain't no ifs, ands, but ain't no conversation to be had. You reign supreme over everything in this house. No question, if, ands, or buts about it.
That's the discussion.
And it's just over. Men ain't doing it. They ain't taking the deal no more. And shout out to my guy, Jay Gray. He says, let these 304 son husbands take care of him. Says Russell's a hypocrite. He cheated on his ex for Sierra.
No, he didn't. He didn't. Yeah. He was divorced by the time he met Sierra.
Oh, you see what I'm saying?
Yes, he was. He was divorced.
Shout out to Danny Nicole. It's amazing how he's the queen is a fly on every wall. This is amazing. How do you know? How do you know?
Stop the cap.
All right, here we go.
He was divorced.
Oh yeah, granted. That's funny. That's funny. Here we go.
I'm just a very blunt person. I'm just upfront with a person. I don't like lying.
You think a woman should feel honored if a man come in and be a stepdad to her children and rescue her?
You should be honored. You should give him deference. You definitely should. You should definitely give him deference. But deference doesn't mean subjugation. Deference doesn't mean I don't have a say.
That's not what we saying. That's why I said you moving the goalpost getting extreme.
I'm just saying. You make it seem she should be humbled that a man looked at me and said, "Hey, I'll take on you and your two kids."
A rich Super Bowl MVP. Give the context. This ain't just no regular person.
I'm talking about a regular person.
Even a regular person forgot working at Amazon.
So I should be like, oh, I'm so grateful that you took my two children and you're the dad to my
Yes, that's true. Yes.
That's not how that works.
Why? Whoa. So you gotta ask, what is that woman's alternative? A single woman out here. We are learning.
She's grateful. She's grateful that he is willing to take that particular burden on. She's grateful, but she doesn't continue to be grateful forever and a day. Just like men say, just like the men.
Problem. That's a problem.
Just like the men say, we built this world and you women just are in this world. You're not grateful for us for building this world. Yes, we are grateful. We're grateful.
That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. You're moving the goalposts. You talk about what our forefathers did. I'm talking about directly what I'm doing.
But I'm saying we cannot. I cannot be humble to you forever because you took on the burden of me and my 2 children.
And that's why granted. We're not. Don't change your mind. I love the truth. I love the confession. That's why men ain't signing up for this mess. That's why.
I'm just telling you, we're grateful, but we're not going to be humbled by that forever and a day.
I don't smoke with you. I just want the men to hear this so they can understand. That's all.
Okay. There you go. Okay. That's woman's ego. I'm just
telling you, women don't think like that.
There you go. That's a woman's ego, and I'm on record saying, "Oh,
what's a woman's ego? What do you mean?
A woman has no need. A woman's ego serves her no purpose, but it's just 100% detrimental. What is a woman's ego? What? I can't say I'm not going to be forever grateful to you for taking care of my 2 bastard children because I'm losing leverage in this. The ego, not talking life into her man.
Wait a minute, you gotta have some leverage. Ego that want us to be grateful and humbled. Because he came over here and looked at me because I had 2 children. It's not ego, and it's not ego in that.
What if it is? What if it is? What if it is?
That's good and fine, but I can't cater to your ego every 5 minutes because I'm supposed to be humbled in the corner because
you don't think his ego serves y'all in a good way that he got this ego he can go out and conquer the world.
As much as
well, this man's going now. He's competent, making money, paying the bills, taking care of your kids. That's requiring ego.
So we saying this is what you're saying. What you're saying is, I'm a woman who has 2 children. You come over here and you want to marry me, and I have 2 children. So forever and a day, your giving or your bounty is always going to be more than the bounty that I give.
So I see now about this moving the goalpost. No, that's not what we're saying.
I'm not moving the goalpost. You're telling me I should be forever grateful to this man.
You're trying to say that if he ends up unemployed and she got 2 kids and she making $80,000, now I know what picture you're trying to paint, and you know what the answer is? Yes, she still should be grateful if he unemployed and he down on his luck for 6 months to a year, and she make $80K and she come home tired every night. She still needs to be grateful. Yes.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm saying that's not how that works.
and you want to know what?
Because that's the way y'all look. That's the way men look at it. Women don't look at it like that. We bring this day and age. We bring, if all things equal, we don't have 2, and I don't have kids. We both have the potential to bring plenty of things into the relationship. What you're saying is that whatever I bring to the relationship is never going to be enough. That's what it's saying to me.
No, that's your problem. You trying to go tit for tat and compete.
I'm not. I'm saying you're saying
listen, we just tell you remain humble and grateful. Just remain.
We are humble and we are grateful.
No, you said we won't. You said at some point we ain't gonna be so grateful that you take care of these kids. You said that.
No, what I'm saying is every time we get into a situation, you cannot throw the fact that I have 2 children into my face.
You should subconsciously be moving like that throughout life, being grateful to this man and treat him as such.
Of course, I'm grateful for this man. Of course, I look at him as he didn't have to do it. But he cannot turn around and then look me in the eyeball and say, well, I took on your 2 kids.
Stop,
you should be grateful.
No, listen. He ain't never doing that. Men don't do that. Listen, really? Men don't listen. Here we go. In case you guys don't ever throw nothing in a woman's face you did for her. Just don't ever. That's feminine. Don't ever do it. So
because you made
man ain't never gonna look at his woman. So, wait, no, okay. A man ain't never gonna look at his woman like, I did this for you, I did that. No, what we saying is everyone should be able to observe him, God. Everybody should be able to observe this woman's gratefulness to her man. Not saying that, she that what she doing is less than, but it should be observable. I'm gonna give you a point. Like when I played football, when I used to practice, I didn't always had the best attitude, but I did it. I practiced great. I performed well, but my attitude wasn't always the best. So I did what I was supposed to do, but I didn't really show I was grateful and show gratitude.
Right.
And that's what I know we sin with modern women. So you like, he is grateful, but she always got a scowl. You know, she do what she's supposed to do, but she ain't pleasant. She can be mean and nasty at time, maybe even a forehead poker. That's what we saying. That gratefulness, that humbleness needs to stay at all times. It should be observable.
But see, here's the thing. That's not how it works. It never works that way, because you walked into the door, you walked into my door and said, hey, I'm going to take you and your two children. From that point on, you made a choice. You made a choice to come over here. I didn't drag you over here and say, hey, I need you to take care of me and my kids. I will be grateful for you taking care of my kid. No, you walked over here and said, I want you and I want your kids. You made a choice. It's not a matter of me trying to drag you over here. Not a matter of you had plenty of choices on this planet. You had plenty of choices on this planet as a man. Why didn't you go over there and choose that? You didn't do that. You came over here and you chose me. So me being humble every 5 minutes because you did that, a woman is not going to do that. No, she's going to look at it like I looked at it. You made a choice to come over here.
How can you be humble every 5 minutes? No, I'm not talking about walking around with your head down. What I'm saying is, through your words, actions, it should be 100% observable at all times that she loves this man. Like, no one, even in the privacy of your home, should be able to be like, she kind of talk mean, or there should be no
be disrespectful to this man.
Like, no, there should be no
in high regard.
See, this is the thing.
In regard.
In today's relationships, today's men are too used to taking mental and psychological abuse from their woman. That's the biggest issue.
That's the human being in them. That's a human being's failing. A real human being that's adult would not disrespect their wife or their husband.
Listen, we're gonna get right back into it. Right? We're gonna let this go.